Welcome, my outstanding scholars. It's good to have you back again. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the topic virtual pet. This is a mini project, a plugged activity on the Code Studio. And in this lesson, you will be creating interactive virtual pet using events, behaviors, and custom art. Now we are going to be working on the Sprite Lab environment as usual. Remember, the Sprite Lab is a Blockly programming environment where you can create interactive animations projects. Okay, now we are going to take a look at a few vocabulary we will be using in this lesson. First, let's look at the term event. What is an event? An event is an action that causes something to happen. Let's take a look at the next. Here we have behavior. A behavior is an action that the sprite performs continuously until it is told to stop. An action a sprite performs continuously until it is told to stop is referred to as a behavior. Now, these are some of the terms we are going to be making use of in this lesson, and it is important to take note of this because it applies to what we'll be learning in the Code Studio. When a sprite begins a behavior, you are telling the computer to run that set of actions on the sprite over and over until the behavior stops. Behavior can be added to and removed from sprites using sprite begins, sprite stops, and stops everything. Now, let's take a look at some of the blocks we are going to be working with in this lesson on the Code Studio. First, we have the behavior block. Now, when you click on the behavior block, you are going to see something like this. First, you have to name your behavior, and you are going to choose what the behavior will be. What behavior you want the sprite to carry out, you are going to choose it using the behavior block. Next, we are going to come across the make a new sprite block. We're going to be making a new sprite block using this. We are going to be making a new sprite using the make a new sprite block. It is used to make a new character or a new sprite. This is one of the blocks we are going to come across in the Code Studio in this lesson. Next, we are going to be working also with the change costume block. The change costume block. Now, this block is used to change how a sprite looks. It changes the costume of a sprite or group of sprites. It changes the look or appearance of a sprite without changing its location or properties. Now, we have the location block as well. A location block controls where the sprite will appear on the display. You can change the position of the sprite on the play area using the location block. Okay, let's take a look at the next. Here we have the set size block. I'm sure this is self-explanatory. Yes, the set size block is used to set the size, to change the size of the sprite. How big or how small you want the sprite to look. The set size block is used to change the position of, the size of the sprite. Now let's head over to the Code Studio for the detailed lesson on the virtual pet programming class. Have fun watching and learning.
This is code.org, and we have a virtual pet. Whoa, check out this cool pet. Do this. Play with the virtual pet, read the code to see how it works. What happens when the pet touches other sprites? What happens when you click the pet? Run the code and play with the pet. Click OK when you're done. Let's real quick take a peek at our code. Oh, it's teeny. Great. All right. So when I click run the background, yep. And we make this sprite, yep. And we make a bowl of food and a ball. Now we set all the size 100, 150. And then what should happen? Well, this bowl should be draggable. Begins being dragged? Huh. And Sprite is also draggable. So can we... Oh! So once I click run, I'm able to drag these. Now let's see. When dog touches bowl... Can I control the dog? No, but I can touch the bowl. Oh! Wow! What happens? A sound is played. You can't hear that sound. But the dog also gets larger. Now let's see. When the... Because these are separate events, right? This stuff, everything when run, goes immediately. Then when these occur, these will happen. So when the dog touches the ball, stops everything. Sprite begins spinning. Ooh, yeah. Cool. When the dog is clicked, stops everything and points north. Click. Oh, that's cool. So all these events. I can't wait to see what we're going to do with all this. Onward. Now it's your turn. Yeah. Create your own virtual pet. Let's start by making sprites for your pet and food. Do this optional. Click the costumes tab to add a new costume to your project. Oh, look, way up here. All right, and my students, you want to do this optional. Costumes tab. They hide it up there. Oh, look at all of our options. Ooh. All right, but I want something new. So I'm going to new costume. Click. Woo! This is so much stuff. They didn't use to... Oh, that's happening. 100% that dude. Cute. Okay, got a new costume. Alright. Make 2 sprites with different costumes. Okay, and this is going to be saved, so we're going to want to do a good job. Choose different locations. Change the size of your sprites. Okay, so let me do less here. Now, what do we got to do? Well, we have this background. Feel free to change that if you want. Sprites. Make a new sprite. So click. I will drop that here because that's what we're going to want to do first. First, we want to make our sprites before we change their size because otherwise it will give us an error. So this first one is definitely this thing. Oh, there we go. It's 2 zoomed in. Boom. Cool. I'm going to zoom in again because it's easier to read. So now I got one. I'm going to pick where we're located. Sure, right there. Now I'm going to make another sprite, right? So first, boom, boom. And now I'll use, the lion. All right, and I'm going to move my lion over here maybe. Let's start by I'm supposed to do food. Just kidding. That guy's not going to eat a lion. He's going to eat a fish-a-poo. All right, fish. And fish can be there. Now I need to change their size. So sprite and set. Change the size of your sprites with set size. So we don't want to use change, we want to use set. Now, I want to show you something. Sprites. And I'm going to grab 2 of these right away. Set size. Now, let's say I want my... Oh, he's up there. It's going to get annoying. This guy to be 125. I'm going to make him even bigger. Why not? And then I'm going to make this food. Notice I have to change this because we don't have a dog. This isn't going to do anything, right? I want to make the fish. Well, let's make it 75, right? So, boom. Okay. Now, this is going to work. However, if I drag this up and say I put both their sizes here, well, the fish no longer works. What if I were to put their sizes first? I'm like, I know I need to change their size. Neither of these work. We have to ask our sprite to be made first, right? Make this guy, put him here. Make that, put him here. Then we change the size. Let's give this a try. Fancy. Onward. Next, let's make it so that the user can move the food to your pet with being dragged behavior. Cool. Do this. Add a sprite begins block to your code. Select your sprite's food costume. Okay. So, find the being dragged behavior, add it. Press run. You should now be able to, yep, alright, so let's do less. Now, so right down here, I need to find a behavior, obviously. Behavior, and yep, sprite begins. Now make sure we don't just lay it out over here. It's not going to do anything. I have to click Now, I don't have a dog sprite, right? I have this is going to be my food. I chose a fishy. Now, once again, guys, make sure you don't just throw this up here, because first we have to make the sprite. It's not going to know what we're talking about if we ask it to move the sprite or give a sprite a behavior first. Code runs in order, right? Set the background, then make it, then make it. Now down here, we could start doing stuff. And the event is, the behavior being dragged. Boom. Cool. That's looking good to me. Let's give it a shot. Yep, and yep. Ooh, fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Onward. Now, let's use a new when touching event block to make your pet grow when it eats. Yeah. So, an event, guys. We're going to use an event. Now, keep in mind, events run. Well, I can read drag out the when touching block, select your two sprites. Use change size block when below this event to make your pet grow. Optional challenge, and we'll do that. Play a sound. Okay. So, when I hit run, all of this code happens. I should go ahead and pick a background, I guess. Alright, when I hit run, all of this code's going to start. Now, we are going to use an event. And when blank touches blank. Cool, that's what we're going to need. This code does not run automatically. That's why you can't click it into something. It has to have an event occur. So when dog, well, I don't have a dog, this isn't going to do anything. When my fish, so we can move the fish. Either way, this would work. I could say when my monster touches my fish, or vice versa. So I'll do fish, since we're dragging that, touches my character here. So when it touches them, we need and do we need to keep? Change the size to make your pet grow. So we don't want to just change your size once. So sprites, change size, right? If I do set size only happens once, right? So we'll set it to 50, and then it's not going to do anything anymore, because it will still run. It will still run, right? But, watch, boom, 50 now. But if I do it again, it can't be set to 50 again. It's still working, so we need change. So get rid of that sprite. Change size by. I gotta pick mine. And I don't have a dog. I have a monster. So change size by boom. Now I hit run. Grab my fish. Joop, joop. Awesome.
I'm sure you had fun learning, kids. Go ahead and get all of your programming puzzle completed. I hope to see you in my next class. Bye for now.